Welcome to Philippine Canadian Enquirer's Daily News Roundup, brought to you by CanadianEnquirer.net, your only Filipino-Canadian daily news portal. I'm Rowan Echo, and here are stories making headlines today. Kuwaiti tags Philippine Ambassador persona non grata, DFA deeply disturbed. The Kuwaiti government has declared Philippine Ambassador to Kuwait Renato Villa persona non grata and ordered him to leave the Gulf state within 1 week, leaving the Department of Foreign Affairs deeply disturbed. Foreign Secretary Alan Peter Cayetano said Kuwait's decision was inconsistent with the assurances given by Kuwaiti Ambassador Musaid Saleh Ahmad Al Twig during their meeting in Manila on Tuesday, in which they have agreed to move bilateral relations between the Philippines and Kuwait forward. The Kuwait State News Agency reported that the action of Kuwait Foreign Ministry made against Villa was in retaliation for undiplomatic acts by Philippine Embassy staff when they encouraged Filipino domestic helpers to flee employers' households. The Philippine officials sending reinforcements to the embassy in Kuwait, comprised of 7 teams affiliated with the Foreign Undersecretary for Labor and Immigration at pretext of rescuing female housemates in Kuwait, is a flagrant and grave breach of rules and regulations that govern diplomatic action, the ministry said. It added that such action is a blatant violation of the state of Kuwait law, international covenants and charters, and tantamount to intervention in the state domestic affairs and meddling in jurisdictions of the security apparatuses. Supreme Court urged to stop Boracay shutdown, arguing that the executive branch has no power to shut down the world-famous Boracay. Some residents of the island urged the Supreme Court to stop the government's decision to close the white sand beach for 6 months starting today, April 26, for its rehabilitation. The petitioners Mark Anthony Zabal, Thiteng Estoso Jocosalem, and Odion Banjola are seeking for a temporary restraining order against President Rodrigo Duterte's shutdown order, saying that he violated the law of separation of powers. Quote, "Police power is exercised through legislative bodies. It is a plenary power vested in the legislature to make statutes and ordinances to promote the health, morals, peace, education, good order, or safety and general welfare of the people," unquote, they said. The president, even as the highest official in the country, simply cannot arrogate onto himself a power which the Constitution does not give him, they added. The petitioners also said that the closure would only be suitable if there is a national security, public safety, or public health situation calling for the curtailment of the right to travel. Conditions, the group said, are not present. Australian nun is saddened over government's order to leave Philippines. Australian nun sister Patricia Fox was surprised and saddened upon hearing that the Bureau of Immigration has revoked her missionary visa and ordered her to leave the Philippines within 30 days. Fox, in a statement, said that her charitable activities seem to have brought me into conflict with the Philippine government. The Bureau of Immigration revoked Fox's visa due to her alleged participation in partisan politics, a violation of the terms and conditions of her visa. The missionary, who had been in the Philippines since 1990, helping farmers and workers, said she couldn't help but to get involved in projects that uplift the livelihood of the farmers and advocate with them for their rights to land, livelihood, peace, justice, and security. She said that these issues are all universal human rights which the Church sees as integral to her mission. Wishing not to leave the Philippines, Fox said, quote, "I am still hoping for a chance to explain how I see my mission as a religious sister, and maybe the decision can be reconsidered," unquote. She adds, quote, "I may lose my right to be in the Philippines, but I can never lose the learnings and beautiful memories," unquote. That wraps up our news here on PZI Daily News Roundup. Thank you for joining us. For more news stories, visit our website at www.canadianenquirer.net.